For my next project, I'll be building a custom guitar from a Leo Jaymz guitar kit. This one is the 7V Lichtenberg kit that they used to offer. I'm glad I bought this when I did because it seemed that they no longer sell this particular kit, and it was exactly what I needed in terms of specs to host what I wanted my next guitar to be. This one is heavily modeled after Steve Vai's Gem series of guitars, which I've always wanted, and there are some interesting spins I plan on putting on this design to make it something unique. Let's start with the specs. A hum single hum pickup layout, a floating double locking tremolo system, 5-way blade switch, 24 frets, the all-access neck joint for the bolt-on neck, nickel steel frets, and a 25.5-inch scale on the fretboard. They even have the Vine of Life inlay on the fretboard, which I am super excited about. I'm not sure what material they used for inlays, but I assume it's something cheap to manufacture, maybe acrylic. And for the electronics, we have a pair of 500K pots, one for volume and one for tone. In terms of body wood, as far as I know, the body is some form of ash with some Lichtenberg burning on it. The neck is maple, and the fretboard is some form of dark wood that looks like ebony. It might be a composite, though. If you don't know what Lichtenberg burning is, essentially what they do is use a transformer to run current enough through the wood that the positive and negative terminals, which are placed in the wood, try to bridge and find equilibrium through the actual wood itself. It leads to this randomized lightning-esque pattern being burned into the wood, and it's pretty cool. Out of the box, it's already a cool design, but I had something in mind for this guitar. Several things, in fact, that use this guitar's specs specifically, which is why I ended up going with this instead of the other 7V electric guitar kit, which they still offer, which I'm sure is equally as good. One thing I plan on doing at some point is putting in a homemade sustainer system. This one's going to be modeled after a Sustainiac specifically, and for the extra circuitry and battery that are required for that, I felt it would be better to have a guitar that is rear-mounted for its control cavity, rather than something with a pickguard hiding the holes on top. Secondly, I really wanted something similar to my current favorite guitar, which is a heavily modified LTD MH1000. It's also a super strap, but it has some different electronics in it. I wanted this to be a good guitar to shred on and play fast on, so I wanted something where I had 9 to 42 gauge strings and really low action to have something a little different from my more moderate action Super Strat, which has 10 to 46 sets on it. One of the main reasons I went with this guitar is because I wanted to do something cool with the Lichtenberg burning on the top of this guitar to really make it stand apart from any other guitar I have owned or even seen. I'll be using glow powder to fill in the burn marks to make it look like there's actually lightning captured in this guitar. I'm not 100% sure how I will achieve that, but I have a few products and a lot of test material to find the best method for this guitar, and I'm very excited to see how it comes out in the end. For the initial build process, I will only be using the hardware that came with the guitar kit itself. No tuner upgrades, no expensive Floyd Rose bridge, no upgraded pickups, just so I can get a more out-of-the-box impression of the quality of the kit's stock components. However, I do have plans to upgrade just about everything on the guitar to make it hold up to my standards, and I've even opted for a different type of Floyd Rose than what I usually prefer. I've been a big fan of the original Floyd Rose system for its quality, but given that this is based off of Steve Vai's guitar, I wanted something closer to the Ibanez Edge system to make it more true to what inspired this guitar. After doing some research on various models, I've decided to go with an alternative from Goto. More details on why in a future video, which is actually much less expensive than the $300 original Floyd Rose bridge, and I think has some features that set it above the original. With all that out of the way though, let's see what's in the box.
What's in the box? What's in the box?